What if you could turn the pieces from your paper pumpkin kit into a woven background like this? Today, I'm going to show you how to create this beautiful basket weave style card using the Celebrate Spring kit. Hi friends, I'm Chelsea from Creative Chelsey, and today I'm sharing my final alternative card idea using the February 2026 paper pumpkin kit called Celebrate Spring. If you're new to paper pumpkin, it is Stampin' Up's monthly crafting kit, and it is a subscription. It includes everything you need to make beautiful handmade cards, including stamps, ink, and all the pre-cut pieces delivered right to your door. You can subscribe using the link below. It also includes envelopes, of course. This kit included everything you need to make these 3 original cards 3 times, so you get a total of 9 cards in this kit. And what I like to do is take the contents from the kit and create my own alternative ideas. And this is today's card. Let's jump in and make this card together. All right, let's go over the things that you need to make this card. You're going to want to take this kind of teal card base, and we are cutting them into 10 strips. They are 1/2 inch by 4 1/4 inches long. So I've got those 10 strips ready to go. You're going to want the 2 egg die cut pieces from the kit and the 3 leaf die cuts from the kit, as well as the tag greeting label. From your own stash, you're going to want a piece of Pretty in Pink, and it is a 1/2 inch strip, and I've cut it down to the width of my tag, and that's just going to elongate the tag and give a cute little pop of color there. I also have some Scratch Shy Shamrock cardstock. I'm going to cut some of the leaves. This leaf is from the Beautiful Blooms dies. I'm going to cut a couple of those. And then I also need my card base, and I've got a card base of crumb cake, 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2 inches. I'm going to go ahead and fold along that score line, and then we are going to splatter this with some white ink and let it dry while we work on the rest of this card. So yesterday I shared this same white ink splattering technique. You're just going to add some white craft ink to a clear block, mix it with some water. I might add just a little more ink. It looks like it's getting a little translucent. And then you can just splatter it with your bone folder across the card base. And don't go crazy with this. This ink will fly. I've gotten it all the way up on my phone before. I've gotten it on my clothes. So just splatter it all over, and we're going to set that aside to dry. Such a cute texture that we can add to our card. All right, so while that's drying, let's go ahead and work on this basket weave design. So we're going to start with 5 pieces going horizontal, and then we have 5 pieces that are going to go vertical. And I'm going to start with my center piece, kind of a crisscross, with the horizontal on top of the vertical, and then do the same with the end pieces. Okay, so on my horizontal, I have my top. So I'll just number them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1 is on top, 3 is on top, and 5 is on top of my center vertical. Okay. Then I'm going to bring in another vertical, and we're going to do opposite. We're going to put number 2 on top and number 4 on top and bring that into the center. And then we'll repeat that on the other side. So number 2 on top and number 4 on top. Okay, and once you have those 3 in, it kind of starts to lock the pieces in place, and you can kind of bring things a little closer to one another. And once it's all locked in, you can also pick it up. And I find that picking it up to add the last pieces is a little easier. We're going to go back to adding 1, 3, and 5 on top, and then flip it over and do the same. 1, 3, and 5. And bring it in. Okay. Once you've got that, all you want to do is just even it out. So we've got, I kind of like to start with the center pieces and bring everything just a little closer to one another. And the little openings that are between, you want them to be about the same size all the way around. So if you need to move one closer or further away, you can do that just to give it a little more size. All right, let's go ahead and we are going to add dimensionals to the back here. And does this need to be even and perfect? No, it does not. So just keep that in mind. I'm going to add dimensionals to each strip at the end. This is going to hold it in place on the card. It's also going to help pop things up. I can also add some to the middle as well, but the most important part is adding it to each strip individually. If you wanted to, you could also add it to any intersecting areas, but just to hold things in place. All right, let's go ahead and work on the rest of the card. I'm going to stamp the greeting. I wanted something nice and bold, so I'm using Melon Mambo, and I'm going to stamp Hello Friend on the tag. And then for the eggs, I wanted to flip them over and change the color. So I'm going to do one in Pretty in Pink and full strength ink for the design. And then we're going to do, you flip over the egg so the design is on the clear block and you have just the flat side out, and then you ink it up, stamp it off, and then stamp it onto the egg, and you get this nice light pink or blue, whatever color you decide to use, Easter egg with a little design in it. So let's repeat that for our polka dot. I'm going to do that in Balmy Blue. So that pink one is in Pretty in Pink. Full strength on the design, pop it off, ink up the back, stamp off to get a lighter color. Oh, I want to make sure I get a nice even color there. And then we have our light blue Easter egg as well. So I'm going to cut out 2 or 3 leaves. And this is again from the Beautiful Blooms dies from some Shy Shamrock cardstock. All right, so we've got our card base. It's still a little bit wet. I smeared it a little there. So we're going to try to cover that up with my grid. I've got my dimensionals and we're just going to place this on the card. And I'm going to add it at an angle. And then you can take your paper snips and trim off any pieces that are coming beyond the card base. And if you hold onto the basket weave, then you're not going to worry about smearing the white from underneath there. And then let's go ahead and add our greeting. I wanted to add a little extra color, so I'm going to place this strip of Pretty in Pink, maybe with about 1/4 of an inch showing on the bottom, and pop that up with dimensionals. You can add the dimensionals to the basket weave if you want, or you can add them to the tag. Either way is fine. We are going to string. So yesterday we took apart a piece of baker's twine and we have 2 of these threads left. So I'm going to separate those. This strand is, I think 15 inches is what I measured yesterday. So it's a little long for a bow. So you can either double it up or just use it as it is. I think I'm just going to use it as it is. And string it through the hole. You don't need to tie the bow yet, just put it through the hole first because it's a little harder to get through the hole when it's on your card. So pull off the paper backing and then add this to your card just a little bit above center, and then once this is on, then it's easier to tie a bow. And then we can tuck in our other little elements however we want. I'm going to start with the leaves, and I'm going to remove the center stem because we don't need that. We're not actually making flowers with them. We just wanted some more foliage for this card. So remove those stems. I did do 3 just in case I wanted to add another one. My original card has 2. So pop these up with dimensionals. Let's put the first one here, and then let's add another one. We could go more like here. And then, I don't know, we could probably add the third one if we wanted to, down at the bottom. Maybe something like that. Let's add the flower or the Easter eggs next. I'm going to put the dimensional down first. That way I know that it's going to connect here and not to my leaves. We'll put this down a little lower. And then this one I'll connect to the Easter egg so it pops up just a little bit more. So cute. And then just have fun with this. There doesn't need to be, there's no perfection here. It's just kind of where you want to put it, how does it look. You can rearrange too if you want. I'm going to put this one here. There we go. If you have some sequins left, you can add these. You can do the orange or the clear. I'm going to do the clear ones. And your card is all done. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching me create this fun card today. If you're interested in getting written instructions or close-up images on how I created this card, you can visit my blog, creativechelsey.com. If you would like to subscribe to get your own paper pumpkin kit, please do so using the link in the description below. Thanks so much for watching. Have a creative day. Bye.